Welcome to BT Sport Boxing. I'm Rob Armstrong and this is Colorado Springs, and I am joined by the pound for pound legend and welterweight world champion Terence Crawford. How are you, my man?
What's going on, man?
I'm very good, I'm very good. So first question, Terence, Bud, Mr. Crawford, Sir Crawford?
Anyone.
Really, this calm fight is a big sort of reintroduction for you to the British audience.
Right.
Because you came to Britain before, didn't you? And you, dispatched one of our champions, didn't you?
Ricky Burns.
Yeah, up in Glasgow.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. You know, that's where I won my first championship at 135, and we circled back around, and now I'm fighting another one.
Probably a lot of the first time a lot of British guys will see. Describe yourself as a fighter for what they're about to see.
Well, I just look at myself as a complete fighter. There's pretty much nothing I can't do in the ring. I can fight going forward. I can fight going backwards. I can fight going side to side. I can box. I can counterpunch. I can slug it out. I can switch from orthodox to southpaw effectively. And I can outsmart and think my opponent in the ring.
You're a southpaw mainly, aren't you? But how much time do you put into each to work on that switch thing?
I'm not a southpaw. I'm orthodox.
You're mainly orthodox?
Yeah.
Well, that's a sign of how good you are then.
Right.
Because Amir Khan was saying the other day, he was saying, oh yeah, I normally do well against southpaws.
Yeah.
So he's going to learn something on going to learn something on the 20th of April.
We'll see. You know, we'll see how the fight goes. He might not even see the southpaw stance.
You're that confident?
I'm just saying. I'm comfortable with either one.
Do you come into things with that crazy confidence, that sort of, you can't even imagine a bad thing happening to you in the fight? Do you visualize just like success?
No, I visualize everything. When I visualize me around in the ring, I visualize everything because anything can happen. You know, what would I do if I get hurt? What would I do if anything bad was to happen? You know, I visualize it all.
So what do you know about Khan? Obviously, he's quite a big mainstream star back in Britain, and he's obviously had those big fights in Vegas. Over here, he's fought everywhere. He's an experienced guy, but he had those 2 years off. But he's still a tough competitor in your eyes, is he?
Of course. By no means necessary that I'm taking him lightly. We're taking all the precautions that we need to take to make sure that we 100% ready for the fight. Khan's very good at boxing. He's very fast. He knows what he's doing in the ring, and he never lost at the welterweight division, so I rate him one of the top welterweights in the division.
You've got that pound for pound moniker as well, that title of being in those rankings. You're in everyone's top 5. You know, I think you're Ring Magazine #2 at the moment, but any pundit, critic, whatever, you're in all the top 5s. Is that sort of an additional pressure because you're already defending a belt? Do you think about that pound for pound thing as well?
Somewhat at times, but not more than, keeping my title. Mainly I just worry about keep winning and then everything else will fall into place. But sometimes I do think about the pound for pound list, being that I feel like I should be #1 instead of #2.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you because there's a few names you always get mentioned with. Obviously, Lomachenko is always in there, Spencer's always in there, Garcia was in there, but now has possibly dropped out after the Spence fight. Canelo's always in there, but there's a couple of guys in there that you probably could be eyeing up after Khan if you win.
Correct. But I'm not moving too fast. My main focus is on Amir Khan right now, and then after that fight, then we can go from there.
How far through your career? Because obviously, you don't know much about losing. You know, you just win, and your wins are getting better and better and more impressive, and you improve. How far through that career did you start thinking about, I'm going to go through all these divisions, I'm going to be the champion of all of them?
Well, I never really thought about it like that. It just kind of happened. When I set my sights on one goal and I meet that goal, then I set another one. Because I don't want to think too far ahead. I want to keep everything in a straight line, in the arrow. So my first goal was to become world champion. you know. And after I conquered that, then it was another goal, another goal, another goal, and then another goal.
You've got Shakur Stevenson in your camp as well, and we were talking to him earlier, and he was talking. You know, he's a featherweight fighter. He was saying, "Yeah, I'm going to go up for all the divisions." You have to hold him back and say, "Whoa, concentrate on your
Yeah,
one first.
of course,
Concentrate on
of course.
126 first."
Of course, of course. You know, he's got a bright future, and he's very talented. But at the same time, you know, he need people in his corner that don't move him too fast and let him grow as a fighter.
It kind of goes with that pound for pound thing, mastering all the divisions. Is it mastering all the styles as well?
I think it's just being the smarter fighter in there, knowing when to unleash your power and when not to. You know, I think that's what makes and break the 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 average fighters to the elite fighters.
We spent a couple of days in camp with you. We've seen the camp life. We've had the house tour. We've met all the teammates. We've seen you just arguing for a good 45 minutes about internet with Wayne.
Well, Wayne, you know, he had it in his head that his internet was higher than mine because my internet was glitching because everybody got their iPads, iPhones, computers, and there's multiple games been playing in the house, and I had a glitch. So I showed him what mine was, and mine was the highest, and he goes to try to show his, but he couldn't. But now all of a sudden, when I tell him what mine was, he goes and upgrade his to the same one that I have, and it says it on there. I was just like, it's cool, you lost, man. Just face it.
How many times a week do you get those like camp rows that just come out of nowhere? And
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. Every day is a disagreement or somebody going back and forth with each other, but you know that's what makes camp fun.
Yeah. In this gym, I mean, you can hear around, there's people training everywhere, it's always busy. Is that the way you like things? You like to be part of a busy place, a busy camp, a busy gym. You just have people around you all the time.
Well, yeah, that's cool, but at the same time, it's not this busy every time we come because sometimes we come at a different time. So this is the kids' hours right now. So sometimes we'll come in here and train, like today. Get a kid something to look at. You know, when they see champion of the world fighters, it gives them motivation.
Is that a big thing for you? Do you like giving back?
Of course, of course. I have my own boxing gym in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's pretty much like this youth and people that's trying to fight for their dreams and become the next champion of the world.
I think one of the main things people notice about you when they see these documentaries, obviously ESPN have been in, seen Top Rank do documentaries with you, and you're properly down to earth. You don't let belts, titles, statuses, pound for pounds, nothing change where you're from. You're an Omaha boy, right?
Oh, of course, of course. All those is trophies to me. You know, at the end of the day, when the fighting stop and when everybody stop chanting your name, you still got to be yourself. You know, who is you going to be now? You know, so I just looked at it as if I can't change for nobody. It's just me. I'm me, and if you don't like me, then so be it.
Now you're 31, which is, it's a good age.
Right.
Your coach, Jamie, your strength and conditioning coach, he says you still got more to come. People talk about that age 30 as kind of a milestone in boxing a lot of the times. He says you've not even reached your physical peak yet. He thinks you've still got way to go.
Oh,
Do you believe
of course, of course. You know, I think I still got a lot left, you know, that I can gain, a lot left that I can show, as well as grow. You know, I never claimed to know everything, but I'm learning every day. So long as I'm still learning, then I'm good.
How many goals you got left to tick off in boxing?
How many goals?
Yeah, how many things are on the Terence Crawford checklist?
A few. You know, I wanna become undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
And that's first.
Yeah, that's my goal. And then I want to be in the Hall of Fame. I want to be ranked #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. So, you know, they're my short-term goals. Well, Hall of Fame is my long-term goals, but them are my two short-term goals as of right now.
So let's talk about that pound for pound ranking. Who is your top five? Top five pound for pounds. You can include yourself if you like. I'll be nice. You're putting yourself number one, aren't you?
See, the thing is, I never sat down and, everybody always asks me, what's my top 5 pound for pound list? And I tell them I never sat down and thought about it.
Yeah.
I never sat down there and said, all right, well, he deserved to be 1, 2, 3, or any of that. I just let everybody else do it because it's all about opinion. That's the only thing. It's not like we get any trophies or anything for it or a belt or anything. It's just a label.
So yours is 1, Crawford, 2, Crawford, 3, Crawford.
It's number 1, Crawford, and whoever else behind me, don't matter.
All right then, buddy. Well, I'll see you in fight week. All the
Appreciate
best.
it.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
man.
you.
Crawford versus Khan, live only on BT Sport Box Office.